Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Josh Berry. I'm the executive chef of Union Restaurant, the Press Hotel here in Portland, Maine. I know we're all doing the meals to go and supporting everybody that likes to cook at home and enjoy our food to cook at home. We just recently did lobster gnocchis that you could take at home and cook them and enjoy it. And we had such a huge response from that. We sold so many. It was like so busy that we couldn't keep up with them. So what I wanted to do is take a moment and share a video of how we make the gnocchi and how you can do this at home. Even with your pantry ingredients that you have, it's a very simple process, okay? So we took some Maine potatoes. These are some Kennebec potatoes. We baked them and then ran them through a food mill, okay? If you have leftover mashed potatoes, you can do the same thing. You might just have to add a little bit more flour depending on how much butter or cream is in there. So what I like to do if I'm making gnocchis from scratch is bake the potatoes to get rid of as much moisture as we can. The moisture is going to, weigh them down. They're going to be a really heavy potato. So if you can see this is just some baked potatoes ran through a food mill. Okay. To that, I'm going to add 1 egg. I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to add a little bit of flour. I want to add the least amount of flour as possible. Again, I don't want to make these too heavy, so a little bit of flour is enough. And then I'm going to grate in just a little bit of nutmeg. And what you're going to do is, this is a great dish to make with kids because they love to get their hands in there, right? So we're going to mix all this up. Okay, until it's combined. Okay. Now, depending on the moisture content in the tomatoes or the amount of, if you're losing the leftover mashed potatoes, add a little bit more flour if you need to. And you just want to mix this up just until it's combined. Okay. Put a piece of plastic wrap or film over the bowl, let it sit out at room temperature for about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and then it will give the everything a chance to relax. It just got all mixed together and we need to let it rest, okay? Okay, this is what it's gonna look like after about a half an hour, okay? So it's very soft, okay? But it's still together, it's not as sticky as it was with that egg. Okay, so for the next step, you want to get a cutting board or a work surface, a little bit of flour, not too much, okay? I'm going to break this up into half right now, okay? Because I'm only going to do one of these. I'm going to show you. One potato will make about enough gnocchis for 4 people. It really stretches it out once you add the cheese and the flour in there. So what I'm doing now is I'm rolling the gnocchis out, and I want to make sure you can see this. As you roll the gnocchi, the log of gnocchi that you just have, you want to move your fingers out like this to spread the dough out. If I just leave it here, I'm just going to roll the center, and then I'll have these two, like, it look like a dumbbell, right? So what we want to do is we just want to roll it out, and then using our fingers, okay, we spread out, and that will let us get the whole shape to the same width. Okay. All right, so that's what we're looking for. Okay. Take a knife, or this is just a little bench scraper spatula here. Okay. And I brought my ruler out to show you. You want to cut these roughly 1 inch wide. Okay. I don't think I've ever measured in my life, but I've always done it by sight. Okay. So you want to get these out about 1 inch wide. Right? Now at this point, these are gnocchis. Gnocchi's just a dumpling, right? A potato dumpling. Also, you could be making gnocchis with ricotta cheese, or you could make them with spinach and cream mixed together. It can be really anything as long as the flour helps bind it. So what we have here is the dumplings. And now there's a couple different things you can do, okay? When I was in Switzerland, and the way we learned how to make the dumplings there, where you would take the gnocchi like this, you'd roll it all together, take a fork and the gnocchi, and simply just push it around, and you get that wonderful little ridges, and that's where the sauce will kind of collect all into, okay? You can even just pinch them, okay? You'd have a nice little oblong shape right there, or you don't have to roll them in a ball. You could take them and just roll the gnocchis over. This is a gnocchi rolling board, okay? It's made from wood. It's got some fine ridges in it. I'm not sure if you can see that. Another way you can do is just take it and roll the gnocchi off. You get a little bit of an indentation right there, and then these fine lines. I guess my favorite is the fork method, right? I like the deep grooves and the look that it gets to, and I can really see that look, right? So, up close and personal, here we go. Put the fork in about halfway, and then drag it around. You get that nice kind of round gnocchi with those deep grooves in it. Okay. All right, I have some boiling salted water over here. I have some more gnocchis that we made, the same shape. We're gonna take all these. Okay, gnocchis are in the salted water right now. Think of gnocchis as pasta, okay? So they're gonna come to a rolling boil, and then you wanna let them dance for a little bit, okay? That's how quick this dish can be made, though. So while the gnocchis are boiling away, I got a pan. I got to set it on around medium-high heat. I'm going to take a little knob of butter. All right. This is one of those dishes that it lends itself to really whatever it's you're cooking it with. Okay, we're going to choose the Maine lobster. Some dried tomatoes that we have that we were preserving. We like to call these tomato raisins or tomazins brie, okay? Tomazins. So I have a little bit of butter in here, and we're just going to let that, I really want the butter milk solids to start to brown up and really make that nice caramelized brown butter. Burn noisette, right? The French would call it. So it's like smells like hazelnuts. So you got that flavor going. So as you can tell, it's foamed up right now. We're getting ready to it's gonna start browning soon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some garlic, some shallots. I always like adding garlic and shallots to a dish. It gives it a sense of depth. And it starts that whole process of the foundation of flavors. As you can see, our gnocchis, they're starting to come up. Again, we want them to like dance for a little while, okay? All right, milk solids are starting to brown up here nicely. The aroma is really coming through now from the garlic and the shallots. You can see them starting to turn a little bit opaque, right? To this, we're gonna add some of those oven-dried tomatoes. All right. And again, layering the flavors up. Okay. The gnocchis need about 2 more minutes, okay? The tomatoes are already softened. The garlic and the shallots are. The butter's already browned. At this point, I'm gonna add our lobster in. So this is a 1 1/4 pound Maine lobster. I get that from down at Harbor Fish. Those guys have been great with us since we opened. We've been using them. Okay. So we have that nice Maine lobster in there. All right. The oven-dried tomatoes, garlic, shallots. Okay. A little bit of that brown butter. Oh, brie. The smell. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's something. Okay. So at this point, our gnocchis are ready to go. We have our wonderful sauté mixture of the lobster and tomatoes. And now I'm just going to take the gnocchis right out. Pop them right into our pan here. Okay. Now, with all the butter that was in there, right, the fat from the lobster, I want to add a little bit of acid. So just a splash of white wine, okay? You could use some of the pasta cooking liquid as well. You could use a squeeze of lemon. I really like the wine flavor once it mixes up with the tomato. Okay, so now we have a little bit of fresh basil leaves. I'm just going to tear this up. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of seasoning here. Give it a little bit of a taste. Well, doesn't need much, Brie. It's there. Turn the heat off. We're going to finish this off with just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Okay. I'm going to garnish with a few more of these wonderful basil leaves. Fresh pepper. And then a little bit of grated Parmesan. Such an easy dish. Really fun to make using a lot of local ingredients here. You know, the Kennebec potatoes, the Maine lobster, the basil that we get from Olivia's garden. So it's such a great dish, and it's so multi-seasonal, right? This would be great with duck in the fall, or coming into springtime like we are now. We have some nice halibut coming, you know, some shrimp. But this is one of my favorite dishes to make. It's been on the menu at Union for the past 5 or 6 years when we open in different iterations. And it's a great dish to make at home, and the kids love it. Just careful, like my daughter used to like roll them and throw them around the house, and we can find them everywhere. But that's a fun thing to do now in quarantine, right? So thank you guys so much for joining me on this video of cooking lobster gnocchis, local Maine products. In this time, we're all in this together, and together we're all going to get through it. So thank you so much for joining me in the Union Kitchen, and until next time, thanks.